Hey everyone, it's Tasha from the Bookish Gal, and today I'm going to be doing two book reviews of Grave Mercy and Mortal Heart by LaFevers. This is the first and second book in the His Fair Assassin trilogy. When I get along to reading the third one, the final one, I will go ahead and review that also in a separate video. So this is going to be a non-spoiler review, so if you haven't read these books, don't worry if you want to. They're kind of chunker of a book. Well, this one not so much, but this one is pretty big. I love the covers, first of all. I think they're really nice. And if you don't know anything about the series, it's basically about assassin nuns, which really intrigued me. They're really big on historical fiction, and from these two books that I read, it's a really great series to get into. I'm excited to finish off the trilogy with the third. So basically, this is a companion series. Each book is about a different nun or girl from the convent, and the convent serves the Lord of Death. Now in this, the time period is around the 1500s, and they still serve saints and gods. In this series, the gods are very much regarded as real and not just like a fictional being or something like that. So yeah, this convent serves the god of death. Now the first book is about Ismay, and she is 17 years old. In the beginning of the book, she escapes an arranged marriage, and that is very exciting. The writing style is very exciting. It's very fast-paced in the beginning, and it really grabs your attention. So that's why I fell in love with this book. I heard an audio sample of the beginning of this book and I fell in love with the writing. The writing and the dialogue definitely matches the time period, and so yeah, in this book she escapes her arranged marriage and she has the option of going into a convent, and the convent serves the god of death. The god of death had children with some women, and they have special powers, and they later come to serve him. Ismay is one of those children. But yeah, the nuns that go to this convent, they're more skilled at, I guess, assassinating. They're trained, so they learn the art of weapons and poison, seduction, so they can get close to their target, stuff like that. They don't go through that in detail, which I kind of wish they did, but it is very interesting to learn about. Ismay is especially skilled in poison, so it focuses a lot on poisoning in this book, although this book did not have a lot of killing as I expected it to be, because it's about assassin nuns. I thought it was going to be all about killing, not as much as the second one. The second one had a lot of killing, so that was cool. Moving on to the main plot of this book, her assignment from the convent is to go and help out the Duchess, who is Anne of Brittany, and Brittany is threatened at being overtaken by the French. There's also an issue with Anne of Brittany and who's going to be her possible husband, who's trying to suit her. She's only 13 years old, so there's huge issues with that, who's trying to be her husband and what motives they have. Her goal is to basically find out who are the traitors to the Duchess, who's loyal to her and who is not. At first, I admit I was a little bored because it is so big on historical fiction and trying to find out who's loyal to the Duchess and not, and knowing all of these political positions and royal positions. At first it was going a little slow trying to explain everything. There's a lot of characters. I was kind of like, oh my gosh, but I ended up loving it. I don't really get into historical fiction. I haven't really read much before this, just because I didn't think it would interest me that much, but I really loved this book. The historical fiction was so captivating. It was a big mystery trying to find out who is loyal to the Duchess and who is not. It was so exciting. Overall, if you love historical fiction, if you love some mystery in your story, I think you would definitely enjoy this. It was really exciting. There's so much backstabbing as there is in royal court politics, which I find that I really enjoy. I really love reading about the royal court. There were some good plot twists. It wasn't predictable at all. So yeah, I really enjoyed that part of the book. It was really good. The romance in this book, it was definitely not insta-lovey or anything like that. It was done really well. I've grown to really like the side characters in this book, the Duchess, the romantic interest, I forgot his name, but I really did enjoy the characters. Ismay was a good protagonist. She wasn't my favorite, but she did have some good character development in her personal journey with trying to find out what it really means to be an assassin of death and serving her god. So yeah, that was another part of the book that also blends into this part. This character, Sabella, she also has a personal journey in trying to find out the meaning of serving her god and what she really believes in him and what the stories tell and stuff. So I really did like that aspect. The book ended on a really exciting note. It wrapped up a little quickly in my opinion, but I really liked how it ended, and then it totally blended in, just totally great transition into this book. This book is about Sabella, a different character that you vaguely got to know in the first book, but hardly. And yeah, this is all from her point of view, but it starts off right where the first book leaves off. So that's really cool. I really like how that was done. I forgot to mention, the first book, it was really hard to rate for me, just because I really enjoyed it and I loved the political aspect, but I was expecting more killing, so it didn't give me what I was expecting, but it was still a pleasant surprise. So I kind of was saying at first on Goodreads 3 to 3.5. I think more so of a 3.75 because I did really enjoy this book. But this one I gave 5 stars. So as I said, this one is about Sabella. She's totally different from Ismay, totally different personalities, backstories. This one, it did still focus on the political drama, but like I said, it had a lot more killing. You also really got to dive into Sabella's personal history, her whole backstory, and it's so sad. This book is a lot more gruesome. Her past is just so heartbreaking. It's so horrible. It's really disgusting, and it's really sad. But it was really good. You really feel for Sabella. I loved her and connected to her a lot more than I did with Ismay. I think just because we got to know her a lot more personally. There is a love interest in this book, and I really grown to love him. And I loved their romance. It was really, really cute. Sabella is such a badass, and she's so different from Ismay just because she personally really enjoys killing. So, yeah, you really get your assassination fill from this book. I don't really want to give away Sabella's mission. It wouldn't be too much of a spoiler, but I think it's just better if you like read the first book and then read this one because it really does connect with the characters and with her history. But this one is just so heartbreaking. Just a warning, there is rape in this one, especially, you know, being in that time period. So yeah, it's a little crazy. The ending for this one too was so crazy. So crazy. Like, oh my gosh, the plot twist was ridiculous. I was like on the edge of my freaking seat. Like, this one was so good. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about these books. I'd highly recommend them. Again, if you love historical fiction, if you're into the whole assassination thing, you know, that's kind of weird to say. It really is exciting though. It's really well written in my opinion. I really like Robin LaFevers' writing, and I did like the dialogue of like the late 1400s, early 1500s time period. The pace is not super fast, so just letting you know, especially the first one, the pace is not the fastest, but you really do get into the story and it does pick up. So yeah, I definitely recommend those books. I'll put the Goodreads below if you want to check them out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, definitely let me know below. Or if you read this, I really would like to know what you guys thought of these books. Also, if you have any recommendations of something similar that you think I might enjoy, I would love to hear those suggestions down below too. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!